Hi friends, it's Allison. Welcome back to AJ's Inspired Life. I'm going to be making a new journal, and as always, just wanted to bring you guys along. I think that a lot of us are just sharing our process with all of this, and so as I'm sitting here and doing this, I realized I had a movie on, but I might as well bring you guys along for the ride. So I found some paper. I'm in the middle of trying to choose my May journal, right? And I filmed this like the last week of April. And April did not go super smoothly for me with journaling. Like, it was a little bit more of a task, and I was not current, which is not maybe what I enjoyed most about it. So I was conscious that I maybe needed a little bit smaller journal to work in. And so I do have another option that I'll show you at the end. And I just thought, you know what? I also had this other little notebook. I found it because that Create Calm notebook, I actually had two of them, and neither one of them had enough paper in it for a month. But I do like the size of it. It's a nice little grid paper. It's just flimsy grid paper. It is nothing that it's not meant to watercolor on or, anything like that. But that doesn't stop me. That doesn't stop most of us. I mean, it's not an art journal. So, I decided I'm going to try and just make a small journal, and then I'll have two choices, and I'm sure they'll get used one day. So I found a piece of scrapbook paper, and excuse me also if the sound is weird on this one. I apologize. I forgot my headphones at work, and so I'm just recording this like speaking into my phone. So there might be some other feedback or whatnot. But anyway, so I found this, piece of scrapbook paper. Now, normally when I make a journal out of a scrapbook paper, I normally just fold it in half and fold up, the end. So it's measuring essentially 6 across, right? And then however long I want to make it, depending on the paper. This paper is small enough that I ended up, and I wanted a smaller journal, so I ended up cutting down the edge as well as the bottom to make a smaller pocket in the front, if you will. So this is me, measuring with precise measurements of exactly what I want. So you'll see my cutter doesn't even want to go through that because it's both layers with the fold up. So I liked this paper. I try very consciously to choose kind of spring colors, if you will, or brighter colors. It's May. I wouldn't choose like that paper necessarily for fall, I guess. So I chose some paper that's a super old scrap pad. I think I got it at Goodwill for like $4. I'm probably going to just donate it to the office, if you will, for crafts, but it did have this kind of fun paper in it. And I think you can see on there, it does have a little bit of a sheen to it, or a glitter on some of it, like an embossed, some of those flowers are kind of embossed. So I did like it. I like the inside that it's not plain white. I don't have to cover it. It again has some bright colors. I am definitely like a stripe plaid sort of girl. So I've chosen my papers. I'm getting out my little bookbinding kit from Amazon there. No, you don't need a bookbinding kit. I just did not know what I was doing and was tired of looking at thrift stores for everything. And so I bought a bookbinding kit, and I felt like it was relatively affordable off Amazon. So I've counted my pages, I think, at this point, and I'm gonna, go ahead and just bind them very, very kind of loosely. So this this is a skill I learned from you guys, specifically Elizabeth and sweet Kristie Biddleson, who made me like the kindergarten version of, binding. So I will link both of those amazing friends below, and you can go to either one of them. They're both very, very talented. And if you haven't bound your own journal yet, it's so easy and it's fun, and you can just use anything you have. I did choose to use all white paper this month. So I had been in, when I normally make a journal, it's more of a junk journal, if you will, like it has mixed papers, but I definitely wanted just the plain white paper this month. And so I did just pull those deliberately, but you could easily mix those up. So this is me with my book binding thread. I'm starting on the outside. I'm coming up through the middle and back down through the top hole. It's kind of a waxy string. You can see it's a little bit yellow. I have like that yellow color, I have a black, and I have a brown, I believe, in my book binding kit. And I'm deciding it's not kind of what I want, and I want to look in my baker's twine and use something differently. So out comes that thread, and I'll just save it for another journal. And I'm going to choose something else, again, a little bit more colorful for my spring journal. Because I'm trying, you guys, I'm trying to be, springy. Although I have to say, as I'm recording this, it is not as I'm filming it, but as I'm recording this voiceover, it's the 7th of April. Is that right? Yeah. 7th of April, 8th of April. Anyway, I mean, pouring rain today and like almost hail. It was freezing. And I'm just kind of like, someone didn't get the memo. Someone did not get the memo that I'm officially done. I'm done with it all. Whatever all means. Some of you know me well enough to know what all means. I'm done. I'm done with it. So I am ready for the sun and to be outside again and see people in all of it. So I'm here for it. Anyway, so I'm trying to put some color into this journal. I chose I think it's a blue and white, if you will, baker's twine. Now you can see it's not wanting to go through that needle very well because it's actually like threads wrapped together to make that dual color. So it kind of pulls apart as you pull it through the needle, and definitely as you pull it through the hole in this journal. I literally don't care. This is just a fun journal for me. It's just like, it's just for fun. So I'll mess with it just a little bit and make sure it's kind of like okay. And that's going to be perfect enough for me. So again, I'm starting at the back. A lot of people start in the middle and then they tie their knot in the middle of their book. I like mine on the outside of the book. I like to end it on the outside of the book. And sometimes I hang little charms off of it or tie other ribbons on it, something like that. So I do think that the next time I make this, I'm not going to end in the middle. I'm going to end at the top, and then that would allow like longer ribbons to hang, off the top, or charms a little bit longer. So anyway, but this one is going to end in the middle, and you can see I'm just going to, pull it and tie it a little bit. And I'll reinforce that a little bit. That was a trick I learned on one of my lives from one of you amazing friends. And then I have a journal. So I'm going to figure out what I want to do with the rest of it a little bit. I think that the cover is still a little bit bigger than the paper, which of course is fine. And I don't want it like the exact same size because that cover is going to have to give a little bit. I did not make like extra room in the spine. I simply folded it in half. So as that book expands with the yumminess that it's about to like come across this month, that outside cover is going to need to have a little bit of give to it in order to cover the pages because it's going to get thick. So, and you all know we like a thick journal. So yeah, so I'm kind of happy with my little book. I am going to cut those corners. I'm going to round the corners. And with my very old corner rounder there, I should have gotten out my like crocodile corner, whatever it's called, chompadile, I guess, because that would have just, this would have felt like ice cream to that. But no, I used my little tiny old Becky Higgins corner rounder, but I love it and it's perfect. So that scrap of paper, you saw me, I just had it on my desk. I just picked it up. It's a scrap of paper. It's hand dyed paper. It's either from Kristie or Elizabeth. It came in Happy Mail and it had something stapled to it already that I took off and used somewhere else or ripped. I don't even know. I don't care. I am gluing that sucker on and it's perfect. So I don't know exactly what else I'm going to do to the cover, but I'm not a big like decorator to the cover all the time. And so a title on it, a simple title and a sticker or something like that will be fine. It already has a very busy cover with all the flowers and whatnot. So this is your favorite part, me messing with my tacky glue. I know. This is why you come here. I'm determined, you guys. I'm determined to get every ounce out of it. I did lose the cap. I'm stubborn though, you guys. I'm not going to abandon it. I don't think. It might be in the trash by the time I make my next video. So I did get some on there. I'm just smudging it out. Again, I pulled a piece of paper out of my trash bin and I'm just smudging it around with that to get a little bit better coverage so it'll stick. That paper, again, is embossed a little bit. It is glossy at parts. And so I definitely felt like I did need a liquid glue on that. And I didn't want to use like a wet glue like Elmer's or something too wet. We'll see. We'll see if it sticks up, holds up. And then I grabbed, again, you saw me right in front of me, that washi tape. I just like kind of what was in my awareness, right? And I'm just kind of taping it down so it looks a little bit more like haphazard, if you will, a little bit more like journaly. Instead of, I don't know. I like the blue. I'm not gonna, I could have grabbed any color on that cover, and I think that would be fascinating. Like I'm gonna do that once. I'm gonna ask, like, I don't know, because I'm pretty sure like there's at least 5 colors on that cover, and I'm pretty sure throughout all of us, we all would have chosen with equally among the 5, if you will. So there's my other little journal that I'm thinking about using for May. And so now I have 2 choices for the month, and I will definitely be using one of them. And I just need to be a little bit more simple this month. That's it for me, you guys. I hope you find something that inspires you. Take care. Bye.